Hello, everyone. I don't normally do these pay-per-view reviews. They're about as inconsistent as my movie reviews. I think the best way to go about doing them is just whenever something like big happens, where it's like, it either strikes me emotionally or it's just, holy shit, that fucking happened, then I'm going to do them. So it's not like a consistent thing. I'm not going to be like the Jeremy Johnson movie reviews or the Bruce Split slash OTRS Central of wrestling reviews. I'm just going to do it whenever it strikes a chord with me for better or for worse. So my overall, I walked in onto this show an hour late because I was under the impression, like typical WWE pay-per-views, they start at 8. This one started at 7, so I missed a good chunk of it, and I was admittedly upset about Charlotte defeating Sasha Banks for the women's title. I was admittedly pissed about that at first, but then one of my friends corrected me and said, by the way, she was injured. I was like, okay, that makes sense. That's why they gave Charlotte the belt. So it really sucks for Sasha. I hope she gets better. I really do, because I believe this is like the second time she's been injured since entering the main roster. And, at the end of the day, like, her well-being is what matters. It's not her well-being. It matters more than just like, I want her to be champion. I want her to, run with the championship for a year, 2 years, 3 years, however long, whatever. No, like when these performers are feeling ill, they need to get help. They need to make sure they're in the perfect as possible, physical condition that they can be before they come back to the ring. So Sasha Banks, I wish you all the best. You're one of my favorite divas right now. Or I should say women wrestlers. I mean, that's a more appropriate term, but I'm not trying to get PC with the whole shindig here. But, hey, give Sasha some thank yous, some well wishes, stuff like that. But hey, I won't tell you what to do. But at the same time, it's like Sasha, she's a good performer. I've watched her in NXT. She's one of the best they've got right now. She really is. Charlotte, I liked her in NXT. I don't know what it is about her WWE performance. I forgot who it was. If it was OTR Central, if it was Bruce Blizz, but somebody said that she kind of just shat the bed when she was put in the main point of view, if you will, like where she was put on the spotlight and stuff like that. She's just kind of like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I'm not exactly the most extroverted person myself, so I can't exactly fault her for it. But it's like when you enter this program, when you become the women's champion, it's like you are the person that they're putting their eye on right now. So you need to be like, okay, all eyes are on me. I need to give it my best. So I mean, I like Charlotte. I don't think she's intentionally screwing herself over. I don't think WWE's screwing her over. Or anybody's screwing her over. She just needs to get over herself, if you will. She needs to get out of her shell, if you will. So I wish Charlotte the best. I think she's an excellent fucking performer. She's shown it and then some in NXT. But again, it's really unfortunate what happened with Sasha Banks. So I hope she gets better, and I hope to see her back again. And honestly, I just hope to see her healthy again. Anyways, moving on from that to the matches that I did see. AJ Styles defeated John Cena in a singles match. Well, I fucking spoiled that one out of the bat. But when I watched the match, I was like, wow, they're opening with AJ Styles versus John Cena. All right, well, that's interesting. But little did I know that I was an hour late to the show. So when I watched the match, I was like, all right, yeah, this is good. This is good. And then, taking a break from watching WWE programming, I think it helped me get over the fact that I didn't really like Cena. Not to the Bruce Blitz level of not liking Cena, but just to the point where I'm like, I'm kind of over him. I kind of want him to kind of take a back seat. He could be there. That's fine. I just want him to take a back seat, not be the top. He's our dog. He's our champion. He's been reigning for X amount of years. He's a WWE champion of this many times, which he's one away from beating Ric Flair, if I recall correctly. The match itself, though, holy shit, both of these guys, I don't care who carried who. This match was fucking awesome. I was like, all right, when under the impression this was first, I was like, oh, that's a fucking hell of a way to start SummerSlam. Jesus, this match is fucking amazing. So, hey, I was like, dude, this match is fucking amazing. I won't get into the details because I kind of want you guys to watch for yourself, but at the same time, I don't really do the play-by-play reviews. I just kind of give you the, yeah, I liked it, or yeah, it was okay, or or no, it sucked. So it's kind of my kind of thing. So, 1 to 4 stars, I guess, if you will. So this one, definitely a 4. This was a fucking amazing match from start to finish. I loved it. Next, there was Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, and they fought against the New Day for the tag titles, and Jon Stewart was, at ringside, which I thought that was a bit random. I was like, wait, why the fuck's Jon Stewart in this shit? So the match itself it was okay. I'm not really big on the New Day. I get why people find them entertaining. I'm not saying that you shouldn't like the New Day, but that's just not my cup of tea. It's a little over the top for me. It's a little too what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I like Kofi Kingston. I like Big E, and I do like Xavier Woods. I like all three of them. They're great performers and they're entertaining shit. There's something about the New Day that just doesn't jive well with me. I don't know what it is, but hopefully I'll get over it because I have absolutely loved how they have run with the gimmick that they were given from WWE Creative. Because at first, every fucking buddy shat on it. They shat on it and then some. Then they turned them heel, so it made sense for them to get booed. And then they just came out with these random things like the unicorns and the bootios and all that other crap. And I was kind of about it, but at the same time, it's like they were turning people to like them. So while I may not like what I'm seeing from them, the fact that they were able to turn a crowd that was against them to turning a crowd that is now for them, I was impressed with it. I don't care how stupid these people are. That's impressive. So, with all due respect, Bruce Blitz, they did what they did with their gimmick, and they are now over. So I'm sorry, but hey, they did what they did. They're now over, and I applaud them for it. I don't care how stupid you think the WWE audience is. So the match itself, though, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. I'm assuming they've done other things before because Luke Gallows I've seen before. He was with the what was that shit? Not the shit gimmick, but what was that gimmick that CM Punk had? Like the Straight Edge Society. That's it. He was in that, and I think he was also a part of the theme song was called Biscuits and Gravy. I forgot the name of the freaking stable though. He was kind of like this this mentally ill person who, whenever the bell rang, he would go into beast mode and just beat the shit out of everything in front of him. I forgot the name of the stable. It wasn't a stable. It was a tag team. It was him and another guy. I forgot the name of it though. This was back in 2000 and 2010, 2011. No, not even 2011. 2011 is when the New Age or the fucking Straight Edge Society came out. Damn, I forgot the whole friggin' shindig. But Carl Anderson, I don't know much about him, but Luke Gallows, I've seen him before. He's actually a good performer. It's just this time it was okay, I guess. And the match that I was like, okay, I went into SummerSlam more or less blind, and it was Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler for the WWE title. I was like, all right, Dolph Ziggler's back in the championship, picture. What the fuck brought that on? And the match was, it was main event raw quality, if I'm being honest. I wasn't impressed. I didn't care much for it. Dean Ambrose, I'm not really big on him. I understand he's a good performer, and I watched some of his NXT stuff, and I was, hey, yeah, this guy, he's got something going for him. But I don't know. I just feel like I see a guy, performing his matches in, jeans, blue jeans. I figure that denim pants that you're wearing aren't doing you too many favors in terms of mobility. So I'm like, when are you going to ditch those? Just wear fucking, black cargo pants or something. Or just wear cargo pants. Or just something besides denim blue jeans. Why do you need to wear blue jeans? Those limit your mobility. And, any person that wears them can tell you, yeah, you're not the most mobile person when it comes to, doing flips and kicks and shit like that. So, I don't know. This match, so it didn't do much for me. I kind of figured that Dean was going to win, which he did win, and I was like, I don't care, because Dolph Ziggler's, peak moment came and went, I don't know, fucking 3 years ago or something. 2014 was like, oh, hey, we might see something, but once nothing came of that, I was like, yeah, I'm over it. I'm done. Dolph Ziggler, he isn't going to amount to anything, really. He's not going to be anything long-term anyways. Short-term, yeah, maybe, but nothing long-term. All right, so next we had, this was a snort fest. No offense to the five, there were 6 ladies involved, but no offense to the 5 ladies that actually have talent in this match. You had Nikki Bella, Natalya, and Alexa Bliss against Becky Lynch, Naomi, and Carmella, which I do like Naomi's new look. I was like, wait, who the hell is Naomi? Holy shit. Oh, she looks different. I actually like this new dig. Carmella, I liked her, and then Becky Lynch, I fucking love Becky Lynch. Her, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Bailey, and Paige are like my favorite divas right now. I will give props to Alexa Bliss though. She's not one of my favorites per se, but I do recognize that she's good at what she does, and it kind of sort of shined here. But as soon as Nikki Bella came back, I was like, all right, I know what the fuck this is going because this is Nikki Bella's, oh, she's back and yay and let's cheer. And here's the thing: they brought her back as or she wasn't brought back as face, but she was brought back like how they bring back faces. So it was a little confusing. I'm like, all right, so am I supposed to be happy that she's back, or am I supposed to be like, oh shit, I know where this is fucking going? Chances are it was probably the latter because the latter is how I felt. So she comes back and they have their back and forth, and the match itself was actually pretty fucking good. It's just the outcome was predictable as all fuck will get because Nikki Bella is making her return after a couple of months of being out, from what I understand. So I knew who was going to win. I didn't know how she was going to win. I just knew that she was going to win. But thankfully, not thankfully, because whoever ate the pin for this was just, ugh. So from what I remember, I think it was Carmella ate the pin from Nikki Bella after a little bit back and forth where you thought like, oh, hey, shit's going to happen. And when Nikki Bella was about to do her finisher to Carmella, I thought Becky Lynch was going to swing in and do a last minute or try to do a last minute save, just to show that last act of desperation, only to have either Natalya or Alexa Bliss break it up, namely Alexa Bliss, because Alexa Bliss is the more profitable person long term. But no, Nikki Bella wins, and nobody gave a shit in the end because this crowd makes it different, but nobody really gives a shit about Nikki Bella. Now, her as a person, I think she's an okay person. I mean, I don't have anything against her personally. I just don't think she's that good in the ring. Because, what I was getting at earlier, she was in a match with 5 women who are far more talented than she is or ever will be. And that's not to shit on her as a person. I mean, who she is as a person is, I don't know what she's like as a person. I don't know if she's nice, mean, or like if I met her, she could be the nicest fucking woman I ever meet in my life. But I'm just saying that I don't like her as a performer. So, not that I'm trying to say people shit on me or shit on other people for, talking about her in this negative light, but it's just, as a performer, she's subpar. I mean, she's not the worst out there, Eva Marie, but she's not the best either. She's decent, I guess. I mean, she's athletic, don't get me wrong, but she's just not a good in-ring performer. Anyways, not to make this show sound like it was a shit fest, although there is one match we're going to get to later, which is kind of the main point of me making this fucking video. Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. Holy shit. This match was amazing. Loved it. Every bit of it. Finn Balor won. The words I say about it could never, ever do it justice, but this match was fucking good. Like, I was actually impressed. I mean, it actually was better than the Cena versus AJ Styles match. I was thoroughly impressed at how good they did this. Now, admittedly, I kind of sort of called it to myself who was going to win this match, which I think I just said who won it. But I kind of knew there was a certain point where I think it was Finn Balor was like laying on the ground like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I can't do this. And I was thinking, like, if this were a movie, this would be where, like, the voice in his head would be saying, like, no, you got this. You can do this. You can win. And there's a little bit of back and forth, but gradually, just ever so gradually, Finn Balor gets the upper hand, and he manages to beat Seth Rollins. And I was like, oh, I called it. And I know I wasn't upset that I called it. Like, I don't mind predictability. That's the thing. When I can predict a match and how it's going to go, I'm not necessarily upset that I know how it's going to go. When it comes to Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins and Finn Balor wins, when I kind of figured Finn Balor was going to win, I was okay with it as long as the execution was good. In the case of the 6 women, whatever they're calling it these days, tag match, I knew it was coming. I wasn't happy with it because I'm not really big on the performer that was going to win. So therefore, it just doesn't really jive with me. So I was like, oh, fuck. It's one of those like throwaway matches almost. So with all due respect to, all 6 performers, with all due respect to them, because I know Nikki Bella, she may not be the best at what she does, but I want to give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she does try. But anyways, yeah, Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins, probably the best match on this whole fucking card, if I'm being honest. Rusev with Lana versus Roman Reigns did not occur. Yeah, Rusev came out, and then Roman Reigns came out, and they beat each other up, and then WWE suddenly figured out how to fucking book Roman Reigns. Like, look, just book him as his badass. He just comes out and beats the fuck out of people. He doesn't need a mic. He doesn't need to say a fucking word. He just needs to, throw fists at people, spear people, and suplex people. Oh, wait, that's Lesnar's shtick, but you know what I mean. Just let him run out there and beat the hell out of people. He doesn't need to talk. He doesn't need to say a fucking word. Just let him go out there and murder fuck people. That's all he needs to do. And then we get to this, oh, fuck. This stinker fest of a match. I mean, it was basically a match that had already been done before. It was Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman against Randy Orton. Now, admittedly, this match went about as how I expected it to go. Randy's like, I can do this. Lesnar just pulverizes the fuck out of it, just beats the shit out of him. And, they go outside. There's a little bit of a comeback from Randy Orton, but it's just not enough against Lesnar. And he ends up getting busted open after Lesnar does, some elbows to his head and stuff like that. And, when I saw, the pool of blood, I was like, wait, hold on. Is that what I think it is? I didn't think I was seeing that correctly. I thought it was maybe, sweat or something. But then they come back to it and they're like, oh, shit, Randy's been busted. I was like, oh, shit, Randy's been busted open. Holy fuck. That was a lot of blood. I haven't seen that much blood since I think maybe the Attitude, or no, not even the Attitude Era, but the Ruthless Aggression era. I was just like, Jesus, man, is he okay? And, they have the doctors and shit come out. Lesnar beats him up a little bit more. The doctors separate him. They check him out. And Lesnar beats him up some more. And then, the doctor's like, hey, he can't go. He can't do this. So Lesnar wins by TKO. And then Lesnar beats him up some more because reasons. And Shane McMahon comes out because reasons. Shane came out and saying, look, Lesnar, dude, you won. But, fucking chill, bro. And Lesnar F5's Shane McMahon because, oh, yeah, that's a smart fucking idea. But they're like, Lesnar's gone unhinged. Oh, my God. And I was like, all right, so what's this amounting to? No, what is this going to amount to? And Shane's just like, oh, shit, I feel like crap. And then Lesnar walks out. I was like, dude. Why? Why would you do this? Oh, what the fuck? Do you know what you've done? And Lesnar's just like, oh, yeah, fucked everybody. And then the event ends. Now, why does this annoy/piss me off? All right, so when it comes to the wellness policy, as some people that are... Okay, let me rephrase this. The wellness policy, as everybody fucking knows, it's a colossal joke. It's a joke. It really is. It's just a PR product for them to say, oh, yeah, we check our people to make sure they're not taking any illegal substances so we can prevent, another Eddie Guerrero or another Chris Benoit incident. It's also to say, we're checking to make sure that our people are healthy and that they maintain this healthiness if they want to keep their jobs. And if they violate it, we suspend them for, I think it's 30 days. So Lesnar failed a wellness policy test from the UFC on his, I think it was UFC 200. He had a match and he failed a wellness policy test. WWE decided to say, we're going to look the other way because part-timers aren't really affected. We don't really test part-timers, who come into our ring with our full-time performers to perform. So why does that piss me off? And why does Lesnar winning piss me off? Well, your full-time performers bust their asses and then some. And your wellness policy is a joke, by the way. And they are the ones that we see just about every day that you guys put on a live show. Which, by the way, they bust their asses every day. And what else is there to say? Well, let's see. We had Paige and Del Rio. They both had their own little run-in with the wellness policy system, which I could give the slightest fuck about Del Rio. Paige, I want to like, but WWE hasn't really given me much of a reason to really care about her for the last year now. Ever since AJ Lee left, as a matter of fact. And Roman Reigns had his run-in with it, which kind of set him back quite a bit because he's now no longer the potential future poster boy of WWE. But what do they have over Lesnar? I'll give you a hint. They bust their asses every day to perform. So here's the thing. I won't take anything away from Lesnar. When I see him in the ring, when I see him do his stuff, I like it. I like Lesnar. I like him doing what he does. I just don't like WWE shitting on the people that put on a show every single time they have a show. I feel like they're putting Lesnar, The Rock, and their part-timers on a pedestal oh yeah, we can't touch them. They're untouchable. Doesn't matter if they're doing, illegal drugs, if they're hitting up coke, if they're taking steroids, whatever the fuck. We don't give a shit. It's you guys, our full time performers, we care about because we want to keep a drug free environment, even though our part timers may or may not be taking drugs. You see the hypocrisy here? It it pissed me off. All right, them not punching Lesnar, I was like, all right, I kind of get it because he's not your full time employee. Therefore, if you punish him, he's probably going to say, well, hey, you know what, fuck you, I'm out. Or after my, I think he signed a 3-year contract back in, what was it, 2015? Yeah, it was last year that he signed a 3-year contract. So you could say, yeah, after my 3-year contract, yeah, I'm out. Fuck you. Whereas, your full time performers, they're obligated to perform well. They're obligated to adhere to your policy. They can't hold a candle, or well, they can't hold a candle. They can't hold a knife to your throat and say, "Yeah, after this, I'm out." Well, actually, they could, but it wouldn't jive as well. Actually, you know what? It doesn't even make any sense as to why they would really give a shit about a part timer versus a full timer. All right, ticket prices. Oh, whose name sells more than whose? No, that's right. So in the end, it's all about the money. So yeah, fuck WWE and sorry, but fuck Brock Lesnar for doing what he did, and fuck WWE for not punishing Brock Lesnar for what he did, or at least acknowledging the fact that he fucked up and letting Randy. Randy didn't even necessarily need to win. It could have just been like a fucking draw. Like Randy had enough to stand his own ground. Like he had enough to stand his ground, but not enough to actually beat the Beast. But at the same time, Brock Lesnar couldn't quite get over the Viper. Lesnar is still undefeated up to this point for the most part. Randy didn't necessarily win. I would have been happy with that. Randy outright win, well, not necessarily outright winning, but just getting an RKO out of nowhere and winning, that'd been fine too. I'd be like, okay, well, at least they're saying like, look, Lesnar, we're not letting you walk over us. We're not letting you bend us over like you're or like we're your bitch, which WWE more or less did. They did. And I mean, never mind the fact that the end of the whole fucking main event was underwhelming as shit. Hell, they should have just ended with Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins, if I'm being perfectly honest, because that match was fucking amazing. But they knew there was a bit of scrutiny towards Brock Lesnar going into this, yet they ended it with Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton, aka with Lesnar beating Orton via TKO, which almost never happens in a wrestling match. So, in a sense, Orton actually got his ass kicked harder and more ferociously than Cena did about a year ago. Or no, a year before that, I'm sorry. Was it a year before that? Yeah, it was a year ago. It was 2015. It was because it wasn't for the top. Or wait, was it for the top? Shit. See, this is how long it's been since I've been in WWE programming. Hell, God. All right. What the hell happened in SummerSlam last year? Yeah, it was SummerSlam of 20. It had to have been SummerSlam of 2014. Yes, that's right, because Daniel Bryan won the title at WrestleMania 30, and then he had to give it up after a certain amount of time. Then Lesnar picked it up after Cena won it for a certain amount of time, and then so yeah. And then 2015 was basically the year of Seth Rollins. So okay, yeah, all right, I'm jiving now. So, anyways, like my overall thoughts on the show, from what I saw at least, I'm only going to grade it on the Cena versus AJ Styles match forward. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't exactly like underwhelming either. I thought it was good overall. It wasn't the best, but it was good. The main event needed some serious rework, but hey, it's too late now. So, oh well. I mean, I'm more pissed for the full-time performers getting, the shit stains when it comes to the wellness policy, where the part-timers can kind of just, scoot on by without having to worry about it. That's what's pissing me off. That's the main reason why I made this video. Had it just been, Lesnar beat up Orton and, we didn't have this whole, like, he fell a wellness policy thing, I probably wouldn't have made this video because, it's like, oh, hey, Lesnar does his usual thing and beats the shit out of somebody. Whoop-de-woo. So, there's an underlying statement to be made, and that is, I'm trying to stick, this even includes John Cena, who I'm not really a big fan of, that I will stick up for them. I mean, I'm just one guy in a single apartment with no real claim to fame myself, but I'm still going to make the statements all the same, just because this is how I feel, and because I do want these guys to do well, and I do want them to be treated fairly, which unfortunately they're not. given that Brock Lesnar gets to scoot on by while everybody else, it's like, you will obey the law or else. But anyways, to get off my soapbox, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. So let me know what you guys thought of SummerSlam if you watched it. I'm going to leave a spoiler. Should I really leave a spoiler? I should. Yeah, I'm just going to leave a spoiler just in case. Like, oh, hey, you haven't seen SummerSlam. Yeah, spoilers. So anyways, folks, let me know what you thought. And I shall see you all again for whatever video I upload next. Actually, expect some more Warhammer. As far as my uploads for the upcoming, at least for the next 2 weeks, it's going to be pretty much all Warhammer. New Vegas, I'm miscounted some a number of videos to where it's not really representing the actual continuation. So I need to figure out, like, all right, what video am I fucking missing right now? So I'm trying to rework that, which you may have noticed a bit of reworks now. But anyway, folks, see you all next time for whatever video I upload next.